know that feeling, right? That quiet frustration when you've done everything you were supposed to do and still nothing moves? You refresh your inbox, but it's just empty. You send that follow-up email, crickets. You just keep showing up day after day, but the doors, they just stay closed. If that sounds even a little bit familiar, you're in exactly the right place.
And that's really the big idea we're going to unpack together. What if this season of waiting, this feeling of being completely and utterly stuck, isn't a dead end? Seriously, what if it's not a sign that you're failing, but it's actually proof that you're being formed for whatever is coming next?
So how in the world do we make that shift in our heads? How do we go from feeling stuck to feeling prepared? Well, it all starts by looking at a promise a lot of us know, but maybe, just maybe, through a brand new lens.
Okay, so many of us have heard Jeremiah 29:11. We love it, right? God has plans for us, plans for hope, for a future. It's awesome. But I want to zoom in on one single crucial word in there. Plans. I mean, what does any good plan require? A plan, any plan, always involves a process. It means there are steps, there's a timeline. And let's be real, when it's God's process, it can feel incredibly slow. But here's the key, here's the mind shift. God isn't late, he's just thorough. So this is the big takeaway right here. We have to reframe what delay actually means. A delay from God is not a no. It is not him denying the promise he made you. A delay is development. It's the time he's using to get us ready for the very thing he has planned. And listen, this isn't just some feel-good idea. It's a pattern we see again and again and again in the Bible. So let's look at a few examples of how what looks like a major delay is actually intentional development. I mean, think about it. If you only saw the middle chapters of these guys' stories, you'd think they were total failures. You've got David, who gets anointed as the next king of Israel, and then immediately gets sent right back to the sheep fields. That's where he learned humility, how to fight battles only God could win. Then there's Joseph. He has these epic dreams of leadership, and boom, he lands in a prison cell, betrayed. But that's where he mastered integrity when no one was watching. And Moses, chosen to be this great deliverer, and then spends 40 years in the desert, basically unlearning everything he knew and gaining the patience of a shepherd. You see, their delay was their development. It was like God's weight training program for their character. So here's something to think about. If your process is taking way longer than you expected, it might just be because the outcome is going to be so much bigger than you ever imagined. God isn't stalling you, he's sizing you. He's building the capacity in you to handle what's on the other side. Picture a giant oak tree, right? What has to grow first? It's not the branches, it's not the leaves you can see, it's the roots, deep down underground, where they provide all the stability and all the nourishment. The most important growth almost always happens where nobody can even see it. And that stuck season you're in, that is your root building season. This is where God is developing that invisible strength you're gonna need. It's where you learn that deep patience that doesn't just crack under pressure, that resilience to hear no and get right back up. It's where you get crystal clear on what actually matters, and a faith that trusts beyond what you're feeling in the moment. You know, we often want the stage, but God gives us the workshop first. We want the promotion, but he's saying, let's work on formation. We want the door to open right now, but he's way more interested in strengthening the person who's going to walk through it. Just remember, seeds grow in the dark. Diamonds are formed under immense pressure. This season isn't empty, it is absolutely formative. I really want this to sink in. Let this be the thought that just changes everything for you today. This feeling of being stuck, this delay, this waiting, it is not punishment, it is preparation. Okay, so understanding why we're waiting is huge. But what do we actually do while we're waiting? Let's get really practical and talk about how to actually move forward. Our words have so much power. So let's start by changing the story we're telling ourselves. I want you to say these with me. I'm serious, even if it's just a whisper. Ready? I am in progress, not in peril. My delay is development. I'm building roots for long-term fruit. I will not measure myself by speed, but by strength. And one more, God is preparing me for more. So how do we turn that belief into action? Let's start with 3 tiny things you can do this week. First, name the season. Just grab a piece of paper and finish this sentence. I'm being prepared for, just fill in the blank. Second, take one faithful action. It doesn't have to be massive. Send the email, practice the skill for 15 minutes. Tidy your desk. Small moves build big momentum. And And third, find one anchor verse. Maybe it's that Jeremiah verse. Make it your phone's lock screen. Read it every single day. So as we wrap up, I want you to hold on to this thought. This season isn't a sign that you've been forgotten or you've done something wrong. It is proof that you are being trusted with something significant. The level of preparation often matches the level of the promise.
So the final question we should ask ourselves isn't, when will this finally be over? The better question, the more powerful question is this: what are you becoming while you wait? Because you are not behind schedule. You are not stuck. You are in the process of becoming.